Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar from Solo Marketer here, and let's talk about countdown timers in System.io, what they are, why you should use them, and how to set them up. There's four types of countdown timers, three really common ones, and one is kind of a really cool feature, and that's a whole different subject, but I'm going to introduce it here, and there's going to be an extra video showing up at the end of this video on what the fourth one is, which is really cool. It's really powerful. But in its essence, countdown timers add urgency. You can set it up in a way where, let's say, you have a promotion, 1 day left, and once the timer runs out, the page gets redirected somewhere else, and they don't have the opportunity anymore. So kind of actually make it credible, right? Once the countdown timer runs out, the page is not accessible anymore. And there's different types of countdowns you can do depending on whether it's date specific, it's more evergreen. There's all kinds of ways, so we can go take a look at that. But you can put them on upsell pages, sales pages, landing pages, pretty much anywhere. The countdown element will be available. So for this example, you can get a template below as well for the whole funnel. I'm going to be kind of showing you where there's like an opt-in page, a sales page, an upsell page, and like an explainer video how to set it all up. That's going to be in the description as well. But let's say, we have a sales page. We can click on edit page. And if we look on the sidebar on the left side, the countdown timer, let's just drag it in. So let's take a look at what it is. So if we click on it, you have multiple options. You can set a fixed date and time, which is really common. Let's say you're running an email promotion, sending out email newsletters. I don't know, it ends on a Monday, right? So let's say we can set it up to like a September 30th, for example. And usually it's like end of day. I don't like the fact that I don't think you can set a custom number. Yeah, they still haven't added that. So I usually set it to like end of day, like 11:30-ish. I like to set it at midnight or 11:59, but this is good enough as well for like the time zone of your audience. That's basically when the promotion ends. Delay. This is for, you can set a time for when they land on this page for the first time. First time they click on the page, the 1 hour timer starts running. You can set it to whatever, but yeah. What you can also do is you can do daily. You can just set it daily to 11:59. I guess that stays by default, so you can keep it in, or you can pick your own kind of time. This is like more evergreen stuff as well. If you want, I have used this before, but this is not my most common use. The most common one I use is fixed time and date for like current promotions. But this is a fairly common one as well. You can just every day the timer resets. And also, same as deadline funnel settings, this is a pretty cool one. Again, I'll link to the video in the end. But why it's really cool is because you can set it up in a way where somebody opts into your funnel for a freebie, and they get their own unique deadline. Let's say in 5 days. So whether they sign up today or in a year, they have their own 5 days, and it's going to be tied to them, to their emails. It's just going to be kind of, once they opt into this funnel and they end up on the sales page, that's when the whole thing starts. And it's kind of like the most foolproof way to make it customized to their unique situation and add in like a more authentic urgency. This is the most effective way. The hardest way to set it up, again, there's going to be the video in the end, but when you do it once, it's pretty simple just to grasp the concept. This is kind of the most complicated to set up, but it is the most effective when it comes to adding urgency to your sales funnels. And by most effective, I mean you get the most sales. Not guaranteed, but it just kind of increases your odds, because a certain segment, let's say like a 25% of the buyers, they will be impacted. Some people say like they get half their sales on the last day of like a promotion. So, for some people it's up to half their sales depend on this urgency factor. So this is a really, really powerful thing. Again, in the end, you get a thumbnail to another YouTube video and the funnel template and how to set it all up on a free account for free. All that stuff is free. You'll see that in the end. But let's stay to the fixed one, or any of the other three classic ones. What else is important? Customization. Action when countdown expires. Do nothing. You can do that, but some people will catch on pretty quickly. If you do that long enough, your list will see that there's no point in the countdown timer if just nothing happens. Let's say you send out an email today that says up until midnight today, you can get this. After that, you have to pay the full price. And they open an email in 2 days, they see, oh, it's still open. So the countdown timer is, it's fake, essentially, right? So make sure to redirect people to a separate URL. So whether it's the full priced thing, maybe let's say this is $27 and your full price is $47. In your promotions, you mentioned that the $20 discount ends on this date and time, and after that, you will be redirected to the full price page. So now's your opportunity. So here, you paste in the link either to your full price page or to a page that just says the offer has expired. That's it. You can just create a separate page within your funnel at the bottom, and with its own separate URL. That just, yeah, that's what it is. It's just a section that says, sorry, the offer has expired. And, you can email me or whatever, but, this is final. And then there's a footer at the bottom. It's just like a basic, instead of a thank you page, it just looks like that. So definitely use that because, yeah, if you do this long enough with the do nothing, people will catch on and the effectiveness of your urgency tactics will just lessen over time. And yeah, over time, it will just be a non-existent thing, like a redundant thing that you're doing, and people lose trust in you. So don't do it this way. Definitely do a redirect. It takes, an extra couple of minutes to set up. All the other stuff, add more colors that pop, probably, maybe something that stands out. Let's say in this case, we can do something more like yellow. We can make it bigger, right? We can do all kinds of great things. We can customize it. We can make it stand out. Maybe we can give it a border. I don't think we can. We need to have like a row element. So let's make it super fancy, just a little hack. Let's add in a row. Let's add in here. Let's drag this in the row. Because this row, the blue outline, we can set a border. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a full border. We're going to do dashed, add a little bit of width, add some color. Let's add, I don't know, yellow, for example, and really make it stand out, right? This stands out even more. So that's kind of a cool way of doing it as well. More things you can customize, margin, all the regular stuff for all the elements. Also make it visible. Maybe on desktop you want it this way. On mobile you want it maybe located someplace else. So maybe this one will be on desktop, and then the mobile one will be somewhere here, and then the checkboxes will be the opposite of this. But that is kind of the short version of how to set up a countdown timer. And again, you can set it up on a landing page, like your opt-in page for a freebie. You can set it up on a sales page, upsell page, checkout page, all kinds of pages, any page that needs urgency, basically anything but a thank you page. And yeah, as for that offer closed page, you can just add it here, just a basic like an info page or a thank you page, and just quickly build it out. Just says, sorry, the offer has expired, and then use this link. Just paste it in that where the countdown timer is. As for the deadline settings, this is really cool. Definitely check the video at the end of this video. And also check out below in the description a free funnel template, basically how to create a funnel that's self-liquidating. You offer something for free up front, and then in the back end, you have a whole sequence, whole automated mechanism that kind of makes the initial, converts some leads into sales on autopilot without you doing anything after the initial setup and maybe some optimization. So that's a really kind of like one of the cornerstone things that you need to do with your own online business. So go check those things out. If you have any questions about this or anything else System.io related, make sure to comment below. I'll make sure to respond as quickly as possible. But if you don't have any questions, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.